A live look at D.W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Missouri Tigers and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. We are keeping an eye on the weather in this one. Holly Rowe has the latest.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
Okay, Holly, I know you're out in the elements. Keep an eye on that. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Running behind that left side. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Jackson gonna throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
And they'll down this ball just a little shy of the 50. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll give it to Hardy. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense, and in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
They'll go right back to him. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Simmons from the gun on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Maybe just a shade out of their field goal range, so they'll lead the offense out there on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Hardy. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
You know, I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down, too, because at this distance, it's definitely not a gimme field goal, right? So your best chances of scoring points and paying this drive off are to go for it on that 4th down, and of course they go out and get it.
Austin Simmons, the play fake, trying to get behind the defense. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Now here's Simmons. Finds his man. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. They've already converted once on 4th down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere 4-down territory. Fourth down, Simmons. He'll take a shot. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
The Arkansas offense heads onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Smith takes the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, coming into this one, the offense knew a big key was going to be getting the ground game established. They haven't been able to do that yet. They punted on their opening drive, and they have a negative play here on the first play of their second drive.
They'll run play action. Fires to the right. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hardy. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a 1st down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his physicality. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like that in the backfield.
Yeah, and you mentioned the breaking tackles.
He's got it right down the field. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Trying to run, it's Hardy. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Sends it back in motion. Here's Simmons to throw. Gets it to the back. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Simmons trying not to drown in the noise. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense.
You know, swing passes to the running back oftentimes are like an extension of the running game. That's like a sweep, but give the defense a ton of credit. The speed to be able to pursue and get to the football is why they've now set up 4th down.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals. And the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Offense in a bunch formation. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Jackson will throw. Under fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for it all. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field, and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Got his man on the outside. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense in press coverage. Here's the pressure. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
Lined up in the gun. Here's Simmons on third. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Yeah, and the defensive line, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Send that offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Jackson gonna throw it. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. Making side adjustments here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Razorbacks will try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he makes the catch. Bust through behind his pad. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Now, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that first down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the first down.
The give is to Smith. Inside the 25. Big run there. Gets it inside the 20. All the way down to the 14 before he goes out of bounds.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Now facing a third and long. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Jackson will throw. Got a man. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They dumped it off and didn't quite get to the 1st down marker, but they've created a better situation on 4th down.
No doubt. And listen, you want to push the ball down the field, and I want to go throw it beyond the sticks and get the 1st down, but I think they made the right decision dumping it off. You'd like your running back to find a way to break an extra tackle and get that 1st down, but decision time now on 4th.
They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on 4th down again. Trying to do it on the ground. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, the offense staying aggressive on this drive. The 2nd time now they've gone for it on 4th, and they get it. This time they do it on the ground.
Sort of serves 2 purposes, doesn't it? You keep the drive. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Arkansas! They'll try to add another to their lead. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it out. It's Lee. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throwing Simmons. It's complete to the left.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Running inside, it's Smith. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Quarterback making checks. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the tight end. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're gonna bring out the chains to measure this one. The Razorbacks take their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Razorbacks come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. On the move. Maybe some room. Ball is loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Timeout taken by the offense is their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. And the Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. And wings it incomplete. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
He might want another play. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man on the right. He's going to be a little short. It'll be 4th down from the 44. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Kick comes up short, and he's going to try to bring it back. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We get things going here with a look at Charlotte taking on the Tulane Green Wave.
And they make the tackle on the return. There is a penalty marker on the play, and they might be backing up a bit.
And it's the 49ers coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. It gets them to 4-1 on the season, and it's got to be looked at as a solid start. Here now a look at some other games of note, including a big upset inside the American Conference.
And the offense will take that penalty and move a little bit closer. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Simmons makes the catch. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position. The run inside. It's Smith. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Jackson will throw. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
If they don't pick up this 3rd down, let's see if they trust their field goal kicker after the miss on the last drive. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside, towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration in the front.
Hardy again. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1, gets him out to the 5.
Coming into this game, man, the focal point was on the running back, right? We've got to stop the running back. Talking to these coaches, they've got to be physical. 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guys have to get there. Man, they've done an unbelievable job being physical, getting him on the ground, and really shutting a great player down so far this game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Simmons. Makes a catch down the right side. Completely shot a bolt of energy into this drive. Inside the 40, finally stopped at the 39. Well, that's one way to make sure you avoid a safety. Just get it to the other end of the field. It's 1st and 10 and plus territory. There's a little room there. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. The Tigers are marching down the field. Here's Simmons to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And, man, you got to love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Touchdown, Missouri! That one will give them the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. The Razorbacks want to move quickly.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Jackson gonna throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. He wants to change this route. Tries to get it on the ground. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Close to midfield, 4th down. I think most coaches in college football say that's a green zone now.
Has to be, because there's really not that much to gain by kicking it away.
No, because you kick it in the end zone, they take it out to the 20, you're only picking up how many yards, they can return it, so I know if I run a play, I've got a really good chance to get it, so stay aggressive, offensive coaches.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Jackson will throw. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Here's a give to Hardy. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Now here's Simmons. Quickly complete. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Throwing Simmons. Looking for the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so we're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is, because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
It'll be 3rd and long. Simmons on play action. Throwing right. It's caught. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Simmons on target. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points. PAT unit on the field. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. slips through the line. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Arkansas. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And he's going to bring this one out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end. Did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. So the defense sets them up for that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hardy. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Here's Simmons to throw. He lofts one down the sideline. Pulls it in on the right. There he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
And he'll bring it back. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Razorbacks offense set to begin this drive. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a two-possession game. They must get something here. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll go back to work on offense. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arkansas offense heads onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Pocket breaking down.
Man, I love being an edge player late in the ball game. You got the lead. You know it's a pass. They got to throw the football to get back in it. Flying off the edge. They can't block him. They can't stop him, and he gets the sack.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. How good have they been the last couple of drives? Took a close game, turned it into a blowout, and they have the football back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Fourth down, Simmons. He's got it, 1st down and more. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
Simmons on the play fake. Right on the money. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly why this linebacker has to stay on the field every single down, because he's so good in space. He's good against jet sweeps. He's good against bubble screens. And he can race outside and get receivers down on the ground quickly.
The play action fake. Takes the easy one to the back. Across the 25, he's got room. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. 3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Again, it's Simmons. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line.